Hi guys, and welcome again to another episode of Kickstarter campaign analysis. With Writing Ball today, we are gonna take a look at an interesting Kickstarter campaign for a video game that the oldest among you might remember, R-Type. This is a new version of R-Type called R-Type Final 2. And this is a campaign that is worth discussing because of how it was run. Before going there, though, I would like to share with you something else, and then just give me a second and I'll get there. I wanted to do a bit of spam. Let's see if I can show it full screen. Here we go. So two things worth mentioning. At the address academy.writingball.com that you should see above my head, now we have two complete courses, a free one that I completely redone last week. So Game Crowdfunding, learn the basics in less than 1 hour, where I go over all the expenses and the calculations that you should do before even starting your crowdfunding campaign. So this one is free and you can join. You just go there. There is an enroll button, enroll now for free, and you will have access to all these lessons that are more than enough. Actually, the course is called learn it in less than 1 hour, but it's about half an hour, so it's even shorter. But it's enough information for you to get a feeling of should you even do a crowdfunding campaign. And then recently I completed the Game Crowdfunding from Start to Funding, which is the full course, where there are more than 40 lessons, and I'm trying to go to the curriculum here, more than 40 lessons that cover every aspect of a crowdfunding campaign. It continues here. And I'm also planning next year to add more bonus material, but for now, I think this is plenty. And there are three ways to join. You can just join for the content, or there are some premium options where I also will help you. We'll take a look at your campaign together and try to make the best possible decision. But let's go back to what are we supposed to do today. So we go back to the Kickstarter campaign. Let's see if I can get the right tab. Here we go. Okay. So what's interesting about this campaign? It was run. Let's see, when was this run? Okay, I don't have the date here. I should go check the history, but it was run last year. And the interesting thing is that this campaign lasted only 1 week. Now, why that is a bad idea? First of all, you need to be absolutely sure that you have so much support to run such a short campaign. I think this is the only one I know that has been run for only a week. Usually it's at least 3 weeks. Sometimes I think I saw something that was run for 2 weeks. This is the only one I know that was run only for 1 week. They were trying to raise 400 million yen, which is about $100,000. And they raised about twice as much, so close to $900,000. Yeah. From 8,000 backers, which it's a good number. But if you know anything about video game development, you know that with that amount, you can't do very much. Usually, even a small indie game like this, created by a small studio, let's say 10 people or so, probably costs 2 to 3 times more. So if you only have less than $1 million to make a game like this, you need to have funding from another source. It could be investors, it could be money from a previous projects, or anything like that. But definitely 1 million is a very risky proposition to make a full video game. I know that it sounds like a lot of money, but video game development is very, very expensive. And it's expensive to have the right hardware. It's expensive to have the right software licenses. Many of the studios have offices in expensive cities. And especially the time to develop something like this might be 2, 3, sometimes even more years. So definitely this is not enough to make a full video game. And what I wanted to show is that, of course, this had an impact on the development of this amount that they raised, and the time they chose for running the campaign, just 1 week. So let's see a couple of other tabs, and just give me a second. First of all, what's happening with the development of this campaign? So let's go see just that. Let's see, because all these pages have the same title. No, I picked up the wrong one. So just a second. Then it is this one. Okay, now you should see it. Okay, so what's going on with this development? They sent an update just last month, November. They are thanking all the backers, and they're also saying that in October 2019, so several months after the first campaign, they ran another crowdfunding campaign that got them another 1,500 new backers, which is not very much if the first one got 8,000. So they even unlocked some stretch goals, but of course they're trying to present it in the best possible light. But what I'm reading here is that they didn't have enough money to complete the project, so they had to go back. They had to go back to crowdfunding for a new round of funding. And interesting enough, if you go in the comment section, you will see that people are complaining because they also found out about the second funding period late. So they didn't even properly communicate it to the backers they already had. They run another short campaign to get more funding, and they didn't tell the previous backers that they could help get more money to the project. Usually that works so and so, in a way that if you are not delivering and then you want backers to give you more money, most of them might be actually a bit pissed about it, but some will double down and try to help you out. This guy clearly states that he didn't know about the second funding period. So my suggestion, my final suggestion, let's try to keep this short, is that do not run short campaigns. If you run short campaigns, make sure they're at least 2 weeks. I would recommend at least 3. And try to build enough hype, because everyone needs to know, if you have such a short funding period, that they need to be there from the very beginning. And also, if you're trying to do this more than one time, tell again to your existing backers what you are trying to do, and that you need to run another crowdfunding campaign. And it would be very nice if they back you again. I know this because one of the projects I've been working on has been having more than one crowdfunding campaign. It's not a personal project; it's a project I was doing for an employer. But I run into exactly the same problems, and I can grant you it is difficult when you have not delivered part of the rewards to run more crowdfunding campaign on the same premises. So I'd like to remind you that if you want to take a look at the full course for crowdfunding, your campaign, you can find it at the address you see on the screen. If you want to take a look also at the free course, introductory course, you find everything at academy.writingbold.com. Thank you for following, and we'll do more Kickstarter analysis in the following weeks. Thank you. Bye.